It's your boy Mar here. I am sitting here with some of our product that we are allowing to cure right now. I'm sitting here with my teddy bear. So we have finished harvesting, we have dried it, and we have bagged it, and now we are curing it. In the undisclosed location, we are taking what we have grown, and this is definitely untrimmed. It still got a lot of trikes on it. It still has a certain amount of moisture in it. We have let it dry, now we're allowing it to cure. It's a pretty nice process. We don't just do it like most of the hemp people were doing it. Most of the hemp people are just throwing it in a hot barn. We actually dried this in temperatures between 67 and 77 degrees. And we also made sure that we dried it slow over time. We weren't trying to rush the process at all, so that we could have a product that was still what we call trichome rich. And has extremely good terpenes. And as you can see, we're utilizing these vacuum sealed Ziploc bags. They work really, really well. Stick the vacuum on, suck all the air out of it. We're using these bags. They work well for us curing. And another thing that we use to make sure that we keep the right moisture in our bags is we use these Boveda packs. Now, everybody's not gonna go to this extreme. I'm telling you that right now. We want to make sure that we have top quality floral material for those people that are trying to make it into oils. Once we sell it to you and you're in the program somewhere else, we don't care what you do with it. That's what we put in these bags to make sure this is keeping this bag at a certain humidity level. Because what it does is if it's not enough humidity in it, it will release moisture. If it's too much humidity in it, it will begin to suck it up. And those bags are amazing, those Boveda packs. What I'm doing right now is I'm burping the bag. You got to let some of those gases out every morning. You just let the gases out. We do it. I've been doing it in the evenings with the one I got here. Usually, the guys that work with the cousin, they let it cure for about 10 days. I need a tripod. Girl, I got long arms. Yeah, there's automations. We probably gonna use some type of automation to trim some of this stuff up, because trimming is rough. It's a long process. Most people do hand trim, but that's if you're doing like smokable marijuana. You will hear a lot of the marijuana people talk about a hand trimming it. Probably get it machine trimmed just to save us some time, because we don't know how much of this stuff is gonna be smokable, and if it is, people will probably put it into like pre-rolls or something, I don't know. Full of trichomes. Look at that, man. I wish I could see all the crystals on this. I don't know if you can, but there are a ton of trichomes on this thing. A ton. We basically didn't throw it in a big machine, tumble it around a whole bunch or nothing like that. And that was just to keep those trichomes. Because the thing is that the trichomes are where the oil lies. So the CBD and all your cannabinoids are usually within those trichomes that the flower creates. Not all of it, but there's a lot of it in those trichomes. And so you don't want to lose the trichomes. So you got to treat this stuff pretty dainty. You know what I'm saying? You got to work with it pretty daintily. So I've been using this pack right here to send out tests. People who want to potentially buy our material, they'll ask for tests. So I've been using this pack to send tests out. Any problem with pests? Yeah, of course, like any field, you're going to run into some pests probably. And the crazy thing is, we didn't have hardly any pests as we was checking until the hurricane hit. When the hurricane hit out in North Carolina, we came back and we had a few caterpillars. So I don't know what the hurricane did. I don't know if it brought them through and dropped them or what. But we did have a few caterpillars that we had to take care of those plants and make sure that they weren't part of any of this that we're doing right here. You guys have seen me through the entire process now. Now we have to cure it and market it and then sell it. Marketing takes the testing. We were able to get the waiver in North Carolina because we grew a cultivar that was legitimate. In Carolina, it was about 10, 11 acres. And it would have been double, but we wound up having double rows. So that's how much we had out in Carolina. So whatever the farmers have, that's what we work with. We do it that way. Next year, SunJoint itself probably won't necessarily sponsor farms, but we will connect farmers with people who can sponsor, right? and let those farmers and those sponsors work together. But SunJoint itself probably won't sponsor farms. So next year, what we'll be doing is we'll be finding farmers that want to learn, and then we'll teach them what cultivars to grow, and we'll help them provide those cultivars to them to make sure that they're growing the right stuff. That's huge. So that's what we'll be doing next year. So all of you guys who have land and want to farm hemp next year, we'll start having seminars really soon. So be prepared. Make sure you find the laws in your state. I know in Tennessee, maybe, one of the states is already done. Like, you can't even put in your application anymore. It's crazy. 2020 is over. So some of these states, like, hopefully you guys went in and got your applications in, because some of these states are tripping. They tripping hard. And I don't know why they tripping, but it's just, some states are just weird. Make you want to move. That's what the United States is for. They can just move to another one. People are tripping. So that's what we'll be doing next year. But you have to be in network. You have to be in the SunJoint network to get that. Just like with the distributors, it's all about us working together. So we have to make sure that you're in network so that we can take care of you and so that you can benefit from everybody working together. Like, this growing season is pretty much over. And so we're going to start teaching people what they need to do to get prepared for next year, which that growing season in California might be different just because of the climate. But next year, that growing season will probably start from anywhere from May to June to July, right? I know people that plan it as late as July. So when I say next year, like, this is harvest right now. So the next growing season is usually next year, unless people are growing indoors. Man, because I don't smoke marijuana or anything like that. So these smells are interesting to me. It's weird because the terpenes in this make it smell like lemon. It's so weird. It's super weird to me. So listen, if you want to invest, we'll be doing this. This is what we're doing. We're building a network of education, building a network of distribution. So an agricultural network and a distribution network simultaneously with SunJoint. If you want to invest, make sure you go to WeFunded.com/SunJoint and invest. We got some really cool things on the horizon, man. Really cool things on the horizon. But this is, these are what you would call the fruits of our labor. Most people don't know that the buds of a hemp plant are fruit. They are fruit. What are you curing it for? Hempcrete? No, not at all. This is floral material, so we're not curing that for hempcrete. Hempcrete is made out of hurd, the woody core of the plant, right, without the fiber on the outside. They crush that up into small pellets, like it's basically like little pieces of stick, and then they add lime to it as a binder and water. What happens is there's a natural chemical reaction that happens between those three elements that begins to petrify the actual hemp into hempcrete. We just curing the floral material so that we can have a high quality product to even give to processors so that when they process it, they can get more oil out of it. Roger from Guyana. What's going on, Patricia? Hey, Patricia, like, we need you. If you're in Guyana, you become a distributor so we can get it down there. As a matter of fact, I think right now we have distributors from almost every state in Canada and the UK so far right now. What in the world? I'm getting notifications. No, my notification said, why did this man's taste buds disappear? Life science. Like, what in the world notification am I getting? They must have heard me say buds. So yeah, man, I'm about to get up out of here. I love y'all. Live, love, life. Y'all seen the journey. Now I got to get to selling it and then get started for next year. All right, man. I love y'all. Live, love, life. See y'all later.